Welcome to the Reflect Podcast, the world's first 100% AI-generated show. In this special series, we explore AI literacy, a critical skill as AI reshapes industries, jobs, and society. Are we ready? Let's dive into the challenges, opportunities, and steps needed to ensure AI benefits everyone. The future is being written. Let's make sure you're part of it and kick things off with your hosts, Ed Fazio and Bobby Britton.
Welcome, everyone, to the Reflect Podcast. This episode is part 3 in our ongoing special series on AI literacy. I'm Ed Fazio, and I'm your host, along with Bobby Britton, where we hope to educate and enlighten the masses on the current revolution at hand. Artificial intelligence, specifically AI, at the start of 2025.
Glad to be here, Eddie. It's definitely been an interesting topic so far. I think we're in for a truly transformational journey this year. So much is happening, and it's happening at a mind-blowing pace.
So, Bobby, here's something that'll blow your mind. 47% of companies that invested heavily in AI saw their revenue jump by over 20% last year, while those avoiding AI actually saw their market share shrink. It's creating the biggest business divide since the internet revolution.
That's fascinating. And what's really striking is how this divide isn't just about having fancy tech. It's about completely rethinking how businesses operate. I was just looking at some manufacturing data that really drives this home.
Oh yeah, the manufacturing sector is where we're seeing some of the most dramatic transformations. These smart factories are using AI to predict equipment failures before they happen, saving millions in downtime. But here's what's really interesting. Like, the companies seeing the biggest gains aren't just buying robots. They're completely reimagining their workforce.
You mean how they're retraining workers instead of replacing them?
Exactly. These companies are creating entirely new roles in AI monitoring and robotics programming. And get this, a recent study showed that factories using AI human collaboration are seeing productivity increases of up to 40%. Compared to traditional setups.
Speaking of dramatic improvements, have you seen the latest numbers from healthcare? The accuracy rates for AI diagnostics are absolutely mind-blowing.
They really are. In some cases, AI systems are detecting diseases with 95% accuracy. That's better than many human experts. But here's what's fascinating, that instead of replacing doctors, it's allowing them to focus on more complex cases in patient care. One hospital reported their doctors now spend 50% more time with patients because AI handles routine screenings.
That's incredible. And I've heard they're using AI to create remarkably accurate, personalized treatment plans now too.
Yes, and the results are stunning. Early studies show that AI-guided treatment plans are reducing recovery times by up to 30%. But you know what sector really catches my attention? Finance. The numbers there are just staggering.
Oh man, the transformation in financial services is incredible. I saw that AI-powered fraud detection is saving banks billions annually.
And it goes way beyond just saving money. These AI trading systems are processing market data in milliseconds, making decisions faster than any human could possibly manage. But what's really interesting is how this is changing the role of financial professionals. They're becoming AI strategists rather than traditional traders.
Though I have to say, retail might be where AI is making some of the most visible changes for everyday consumers. The personalization capabilities are just mind-boggling.
You know what's fascinating about retail? Companies using AI for inventory management are reducing waste by up to 30%. But here's the real kicker. The gap between AI leaders and laggards in retail is growing exponentially. And the top performers are seeing revenue growth that's 5 times higher than their competitors.
Let me guess, the main difference is cultural resistance and outdated mindsets.
Exactly. And nowhere is this more critical than in education. The latest data shows that students in schools using AI-powered learning systems are scoring 23% higher on standardized tests, but only about 15% of schools have implemented these systems so far.
That's creating a huge gap in future workforce preparation, isn't it?
Absolutely right. And here's what's really concerning, like already happening in 2025, an estimated 85% of jobs will require some level of AI literacy, but most schools are still using teaching methods from the pre-digital age. The schools that are thriving are those that aren't just teaching about AI, but actually using AI-powered tools to enhance learning.
So, what would you say to organizations that are still hesitating to embrace AI?
I tell them that the cost of waiting is increasing exponentially. Companies that started their AI transformation early are now seeing returns on investment of 300% or more. But here's the really important part. Success with AI isn't just about technology investment. It's about creating a culture that embraces innovation and change. And
That really seems to be the key differentiator across all industries, doesn't it?
exactly. And the data backs this up. Organizations that combine AI implementation with comprehensive workforce training are seeing success rates 3 times higher than those that focus solely on technology. The future belongs to those who understand that AI isn't just a tool, it's a fundamental transformation of how we work, learn, and create value.
And it's happening faster than anyone expected.
That's right. 5 years ago, experts predicted we'd need decades to reach the level of AI integration we're seeing today. The organizations that understand this and act now are the ones that will thrive in the AI economy. The question isn't whether to adapt, it's how quickly you can transform.
Businesses failing to adapt aren't just tech deficient, they're struggling with cultural resistance, outdated mindsets, and a lack of AI fluency.
AI isn't coming, it's here. The question is, will you adapt and thrive or resist and get left behind? As we've been emphasizing throughout this special series, the AI revolution is happening now.
I absolutely agree, and there's definitely more to cover. In our next episode, we'll explore how individuals can position themselves as leaders in AI transformation. Whether you're an entrepreneur, educator, or business executive.
Want to stay ahead of the AI curve? Follow this series and more at reflectpodcast.com. And if your career or your business needs help with AI guidance and organizational readiness, be sure to visit bytebrain.org. That's BYTE brain.org for AI training, solutions, and consulting. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
That's it for today's episode of the Reflect Podcast. AI is shaping the world as we know it. Don't get left behind. If you found this discussion valuable, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share this with your network. Join us next time as we continue to break down AI's impact on the future and how you can stay ahead. Learn more at reflectpodcast.com. Until then, we're telling the future, are you in it? Take care, and thanks for listening.